All right, another video. Hopefully it comes out okay. This is about sex-linked traits right here. Sex-linked traits is right there. Um, Also known as X-linked traits. These traits are found only on your sex chromosomes. So far, we've been discussing inheritance patterns that are found on your other chromosomes, all your other chromosomes known as autosomes. These ones are on your sex chromosomes. We only have two. We have a X chromosome and a Y chromosome. And all the traits we're going to talk about are really found on the X chromosome. So it could be X-linked, which is a sex chromosome. That's what we're talking about right now. Get my pencil. Okay. So far, what we've discussed is simple dominance, where we have the big T and the little t, dominant allele, recessive allele. We did dihybrid, which is basically simple dominance with two traits at a time. That was at 16 cross. We've done incomplete and codominance, which are two alleles that are both equally dominant. All right, because they're both equally dominant, we still only use one letter. And if they blend together, their heterozygous form blend together, like over here. If the red and the white allele blend together, that would be pink. If it was black, it would be black and white. That would be gray. That would be a pattern called incomplete dominance. Codominance, it's the same thing, but the blending that doesn't blend, they both show up. So if we have a black allele and a white allele, it'll be like black and white stripes. Okay. The last thing we've done was multiple alleles, A, B, and O alleles, 3 different alleles instead of 2. And some people wrote it like this, the correct way. We use the letter I. The example for multiple alleles would be blood. So it would be I to the A, which represents an A allele. I to the B represents a B allele. Little I represents an O allele. Notice that is the recessive form. Today, we are going to be doing sex-linked traits, or traits that are found on the X chromosome. So again, it's basically a simple dominance. We have a capital R and a lowercase r. That's right, the capital R is dominant. Then that would represent red eyes, and this one would be white eyes. Notice the red eye allele is carried on the X chromosome. The white allele is also carried on the X chromosome. Okay? So we have this paper here now. Sex-linked traits are all traits only on your sex chromosomes. So remember, a female is XX and a male is XY. So who would be affected by a Y-linked trait? Would it be a female or a male? That means if a trait is on the Y chromosome, who would be affected? That's right, only the male. So we don't really talk about the males because only the male has a Y. Notice that the male also has an X and the female has 2 X's. So we're only going to talk about traits that are on the X chromosome. And by the way, another question. Who gives the Y chromosome to the males? Is it the mother or the father? That's correct. It's the father. So it's only transmitted from father to son. So we don't talk about the Y-linked traits. So basically, sex-linked traits today are only going to be found on the X chromosome. All right. So because both males and females have an X chromosome, they're X-linked traits. So here we go. I'm going to move my fingers out of the way. We're going to use the letter R. Capital R is dominant, red eyes, and lowercase r is recessive. That's white eyes. All right. So we have 2 different alleles. We have the X to the capital R. So that this is the red-eyed allele carried on the X, and this is the white-eyed allele carried on the X. So this is the dominant allele. This is the recessive allele. So the 3 different genotypes for females up on the side here. The first one is a female that's homozygous dominant for red eyes. The second one, this is heterozygous, a female that's heterozygous for red eyes. And the last one is a female with white eyes. Notice in order for a female to have white eyes, she has to have 2 little r's. All right. On this side over here, we have a male with red eyes and a male with white eyes. Notice it's only 2 different kinds because we don't put anything on the Y because these are only linked to the X chromosome. All right. And notice the cross. All the sex-linked crosses are going to be the same. You have a male. I have put the male on the side. You could easily put the male on across the top. And it's the female. So it always has to be male and female. So I'm going to show you basically how to set it up first. All right. And then we'll do a problem. So I'm going to do a problem. A sex-linked problem. First, I'm going to fill in the cross, how it's supposed to be. Notice that is the cross without the genes. That's just showing you that there's a 2 in 4 chance of having a female and a 2 in 4 chance of having a male. Okay, so it's this, in this case, a lot of the questions are going to be based upon how many females get it, how many males get it. Since there's only 2 females, it's 0 out of 2 or 1 out of 2 chance or 2 out of 2 chance. And same with the male. Okay, so now let's do a problem. Let's go back to our other sheet here. We're going to do a problem. Where is my other sheet here? Here it is. Nope. I lost my other sheet here. Here it is. So let's do a problem. Let's say you have a homozygous red-eyed female crossed with a white-eyed male. Homozygous red-eyed female crossed with a white-eyed male. So let's do that problem. So a homozygous red-eyed female crossed with a white-eyed male. Notice I put the parents on the bottom. All right, we have a homozygous red-eyed female over here. We have a white-eyed male over here. All I'm going to do is fill it in on the cross. All right, so I put the parents across the top and the side. Now I'm going to fill in the boxes. All right, so there we go. So we have 2 females. Both of them are heterozygous for red eyes. So there is 100% chance of a female getting red eyes. All right, and here on the bottom is white-eyed. It's males. 2 out of 2 chance of males getting red eyes. Notice the males get their X's from their moms. They get their Y's from their dads. So if there's 1 X and the female is homozygous, all the males will have that. So let's do one more cross. Let's say the female is heterozygous for red eyes and the male is red eyes. Female heterozygous for red eyes and the male is red eyes. Again, I'm going to do the cross. I put the top. This is a female heterozygous for red eyes, and this is a male for red eyes. So I'm going to just fill in, and notice we have 2 out of 4 chance of being female, 2 out of 4 chance of being male. I'm going to fill them in. Fill in the R's, just add in the R's. Notice at the top, again, at the top, there's a 2 out of 4 chance that the females will have red eyes. But there's a 1 out of 2 chance that the males will have red eyes. This male is red, that male is white-eyed. So notice where they get their X's from. Okay, so that's how we do sex-linked traits. I have practice problems for you to do that.